Hi, I'm John Barr. When I was a young boy, I spent many of my birthdays at the hybrid arcade and pizzeria establishment known as Chuck E. Cheese. As I got older, I wound up gravitating towards more mature birthday party venues, such as Dave & Buster's or the mall that Dave & Buster's was in. But I think a small part of me always loved that Charles Entertainment Cheese. I think largely because he and I look a little too much alike. It's the ears mostly. But it's because of that connection that I was so heartbroken to learn about the Pizza Rat's recent financial predicament. You see, the Charles Entertainment Cheese franchise is currently facing bankruptcy, nearly $1 billion in debt. And they're also coming off of a recent scandal where they tried to peddle their pizzas on various delivery platforms under the moniker Pasquale's Pizza. Now, more than ever, the Chuck E. Cheese franchise is in need of a renaissance, a way to get kids excited about the chain again, to remind adults of the sweet nostalgia they feel for the entertainment rat. And I am just the person to write the movie that will get people excited once again. So without further ado, here's my extremely serious pitch for a Chuck E. Cheese movie. Now, of course, we're all familiar with how Charles Entertainment Cheese came to own his own franchise. He was formerly an orphan rat who loved to sing the song Happy Birthday, won a Pong tournament, used his tournament winnings to buy a bus ticket to New York, where he lived above a pizzeria run by a man named Pasquale, who discovered that Chuck E. Cheese was living above his restaurant, tried to kill him, but then after hearing Chuck E. Cheese sing, decided to bring him into the business and use him as a performer to draw in new customers. However, when Chuck E. Cheese first tried to perform, he got so nervous that people started booing him and leaving, and he only stopped being nervous when he saw a child who was sad holding like a birthday balloon or something. He sang the song Happy Birthday. That made everyone excited, and he and Pasquale decided to go into business specifically in birthday pizzerias called Chuck E. Cheese. All of that's true, but of course we all already knew that, so the movie doesn't really need to be about that story. My movie starts in a fictionalized version of our modern world, where Charles and the Mr. Munch Make-Believe Band are real, but are still facing very real financial problems. You see, in this world, the kids, they don't want to go to Chuck E. Cheese for their birthday. They don't want to play arcade games, roll around in a ball pit, and watch animals sing songs. No, they want to stay at home on their birthdays, play Fortnite and Minecraft, and watch Tiger King and Tiger King after shows hosted by Joel McHale. In this fictional universe, there's only one Chuck E. Cheese establishment left, and they are about to be run out of business and replaced with a Tiger King themed steakhouse, which would also be owned by Joel McHale. The group is given an ultimatum. They have 1 month to raise $1 million, or they'll be forced to sell their final establishment. So how does the gang come up with $1 million? A simpler screenwriter might suggest a singing competition of some sort, but we've seen that sort of plot device used already in many movies, including Muppets and Sing. It's important to remember that Charles Entertainment Cheese is not just a musician. He's also a gamer. You see, it was Charles's gaming prowess that allowed him to move to New York in the first place to pursue his dream, and it's that same gaming prowess that will get him out of his current financial slump. Charles realizes that the fastest way to get the group $1 million is to win the money by competing in gaming tournaments. That's right, plural. 5 different gaming tournaments, each with a different game, each with a prize of $200,000, all taking place within the span of a month, giving the gang just enough time and money to hold on to their business. Each of the games also plays to the strengths of the different members of Mr. Munch's Make-Believe Band. Guitar Hero for Helen Henny, Duck Hunt for Jasper T. Jowls, Space Invaders for Mr. Munch, the Fruit Ninja arcade game for Pasquale, and of course, Pong for Chuck E. Cheese, bringing him back to his humble roots. The gang recruits former video game child prodigy Ted Bush, who is now a washed-up, bankrupt adult, to coach them in their endeavors, and this coach will of course be played by Ben Affleck. Things appear to be going well for the gang. They're all relatively good at video games already, and it doesn't take much coaching for them each to polish their skills at the 5 different games. However, the group discovered that there is another esports team that is entering all 5 competitions, and are also a group of anthropomorphic animals who go by the name Wolfpack 5. a team of backhanded misanthropes funded by an unknown benefactor who seek not just to beat Charles and his friends at these video games, but to wipe them off the face of the earth entirely. The Wolfpack 5 tries various nefarious schemes to get Charles and his friends out of all 5 tournaments, ranging from greasing up their controllers so they can't hold on while they're playing, to paying cops to lie about Charles poisoning their pizzas. Unfortunately, these schemes never come to fruition, and Charles and his friends are easily able to win the Rock Band tournament, the Duck Hunt tournament, and the Space Invaders tournament. On the eve of Pasquale competing in the Fruit Ninja Arcade tournament, Charles comes to a realization. The person who is bankrolling the Wolfpack 5 to attack him and his friends must be the same person seeking to replace the Chuck E. Cheese restaurant with his own. Joel McHale. Charles goes to confront Joel McHale at his house, but Joel McHale professes to know nothing. He knows not of video game tournaments and singing anthropomorphic animals. He is but a simple comedian and podcaster, hoping to break into the world of restauranting? Owning a restaurant. Before Charles is able to squeeze a confession out of Joel McHale, the authorities come and arrest Chuck E. Cheese for trespassing upon Joel McHale's house. But the thing is, Charles was talking to Joel the entire time. When would Joel McHale have had the time to call the police? It is then that we learn that the true villain of this story is not Joel McHale, but rather a man on the inside. Someone that Charles thought was a friend. The Magneto to Charles Xavier, Pasquale. It all makes so much sense. Pasquale was never a real friend to Charles Entertainment Cheese. He only saw Charles as a foolish child he could squeeze unpaid labor out of in a way to promote his own personal business. Pasquale was jealous of Charles, the friendships that he made with Helen and Jasper, the band in his own restaurant that was frontmanned by an alien straight out of a Kristen Bell book. That is why Pasquale used his remaining pizza fortune to fund the Wolfpack 5. It's the same reason Pasquale pushed his own parents, who started the pizza franchise, out of the business, shipping them off to a home in Florida. It's the same reason Pasquale forced his sister Paola to give up on her dream of video game development, and forcing her to work as a video arcade machine technician in his restaurant chain. The leader of the Wolfpack 5 isn't even a wolf. It's Pasquale's nephew Gino wearing a wolf costume! And before Charles has time to let his friends know of this fundamental betrayal, he is thrown in prison, and Pasquale intentionally throws the Fruit Ninja Arcade tournament. All hope seems lost. Without winning all 5 games, Charles won't be able to come up with the $1 million. He'll lose the restaurant. He'll lose his home. He'll lose his birthday dream. Charles has lost. Or has he? Ted Bush, the washed-up coach who thought his video game playing days were behind him, enters the Fruit Ninja tournament to beat Pasquale, and he wins. Ted Bush uses the money to pay for Charles's bail, and the two go and free the rest of the make-believe band from the locked-up restaurant. However, it still seems as if the gang is at a loss. Even if Charles wins the final Pong tournament, they'll still be $200,000 short. But at this point, Charles has learned of Pasquale's fatal flaw: pride. He challenges Pasquale to one final competition. Not video games, not entertainment. Pizza. A pizza cooking competition between Charles and the make-believe band and Pasquale and the Wolfpack 5. Pasquale, of course, accepts this challenge, believing that no one else in the make-believe band can make a pizza that comes anywhere close to the quality of Pasquale's. But he is sorely mistaken. Mr. Munch, the alien that came to planet Earth specifically because he believed that pizza was the source of humanity's power, has spent his time on Earth perfecting the pizza formula. That is also very true lore of Mr. Munch that somebody wrote. I don't know why, but boy does it come in handy here. With the knowledge that Mr. Munch brings to the table, and with Charles climbing up onto his head and pulling at his hair while he cooks, Ted Bush is able to make a pizza that blows Pasquale's out of the water. You see, what the Make-Believe Band is able to do, that Pasquale was never able to perfect when it came to his own pizzas, was making a pizza pie where the slices were all the same size. Pasquale's pizzas always had slices that appeared to be pulled from various other pies. He can never get it right. Pasquale only looks out for himself, confident that each slice will be perfect, tossing them together willy-nilly without focusing on the larger piece. Charles, on top of being an excellent performer and gamer, is also incredibly selfless. He started the Chuck E. Cheese franchise in order to give the children of the world the best birthday experiences possible. And Charles doesn't even know when his own birthday is on account of being an orphan. But he's never cared to know. It doesn't matter when his birthday is or how he celebrates it, so long as he is able to make the best birthday experiences for those in this world that he loves. That's why Charles was able to make friends so easily. That's why Ted Bush came back into the world of video games specifically for Charles. That's why Charles could make a pizza where the pieces fit. The Make-Believe Band wins the pizza-making competition. Pasquale is forced to pay the $200,000 he owes, and Chuck E. Cheese can stay in business. All that's left is to replace Pasquale in the Make-Believe Band with two new members, Ted Bush and Joel McHale. Thank you so much for watching. If you know anyone affiliated with the Chuck E. Cheese franchise, please be sure to get this in their mailboxes. If not, please just go ahead and let me know if you like this video. Let me know if you'd like to see other extremely serious movie pitches. And I don't know, that's it. Say nice things to me in the comments? I don't fucking know. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, insert outro. I'm probably just going to use the same music I do for every other video. Am I going to have to come up with a catchphrase? Cheese it. Hey kids, cheese it.